Hey, it's Kat, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, we are doing a handful of decluttering and organizing projects around my home, getting rid of so many things that just do not need to be in my spaces any longer. And we're starting off in my bathroom. We are tackling two of my husband's drawers. There was just so much stuff packed full in here. So I'm starting off by taking everything out one by one and putting them into piles of stuff that doesn't need to be in there anymore, stuff that can be thrown out, stuff that I know that shouldn't go in there, but I don't know if Tim wants to keep. And I'll have him look at that when he gets home later, and then stuff that is going back in the drawer. But like I said, there's so many different areas in my home that we're tackling today. So I'm so happy to have you here, and hopefully I can keep you company as you are getting stuff checked off your to-do list. So whatever you have to get done today, get yourself a fun drink and let's be productive together. I swear one of the most satisfying things is vacuuming out drawers like this. I don't know what it is, but especially having my little handheld vacuum, I just feel like a magician making all of the dust. And I don't know if it was dust, but like, I don't even know what was in there, but little, not crumbs, but specks that whatever it was satisfying to vacuum it up. And then I can lay everything back in here. I do play around a little bit with what's going to go in here. We end up taking a couple of the products out afterwards and put them in this drawer. This is like all his shaving stuff and his razor and all the like little heads for the razor. So we end up making that like a dedicated razor drawer. However, first I decided that there was too much stuff to be able to take all of that out as well. The counter was just becoming way too cluttered. So I wanted to deal with everything that was on the counter first. I started off by taking this little like nail file holder and we put that back in the top drawer. And then there were a few other items that could go under the sink, some that could go in this cabinet over here that you'll see in a second. And then we can finish tackling the rest of that drawer. If you remember from one of my previous decluttering my entire house videos, we tackled this cabinet right here, the two pull-out drawers, and oh my gosh, was that transformation huge. It still makes me so happy to pull these drawers out because we have been really good at maintaining the organization here. Obviously, it may not be like as perfect as right when I finished it. I feel like it never is, but the general maintenance of it has gone really well and we have been good about not letting it get overflowing again. So very grateful for that. And it's so nice when I need to find something and I can easily find it in there. That's like one of the best parts of organizing and decluttering is that like when you go to the space because you're looking for something, you can actually find it. But now we're heading back to the drawer. I'm taking all of these little razor heads. I didn't know which ones he would want and didn't want. And since he wasn't here with me, I wasn't going to like choose to get rid of them. So I just packed them all into this little bag and then we can stick that nice and organized and he can go through it at a later date. Now the second drawer was even more satisfying to vacuum because it had a whole bunch of his hair that had like fallen off from the razor and stuff when he would shave his face. So there was a lot of that in this drawer and it was very satisfying to make all of that hair disappear. But then we could start putting everything back in once it's nice and clean. Now these before and afters are so satisfying to me. So as a reminder, here is the before of the top drawer and here is the after, so satisfying to me. And then here is the bottom drawer and here is the after, so much like neater, more organized, less stuff cluttered in there. So I am so happy that we got this declutter project done. Alrighty, now I want to switch gears for a minute from talking about organizing physical clutter to organizing all of the stuff that we have going on in our lives because I've been very open about just how overwhelmed I've been feeling lately. And I realized that part of that is because I had way too many different systems for keeping everything organized between Notes app and physical notebooks and physical calendars and texts with my husband. We just really needed a way to centralize all the stuff we had going on in our family. So my husband and I have been using the Cozilla calendar and it seriously has been such a game changer. And I know I did talk about this in a previous video as well. And since then we've discovered more tools and just like features of it that we absolutely love. Now, of course, it is a calendar, so it has all the traditional calendar tools. You can add in events and appointments. You can set reminders that will pop up on the screen. I am obsessed with the color coding feature because I love anything color coded. And if you're anything like me, you're going to love the to-do list feature. You can add in chores that will repeat however frequently you set them, and then your typical to-dos. You can have a list for each member of your family. Here you can see Tim checking off that he cooked dinner and he took out the trash. It's also got a built-in reward system, which I think is going to be so cool when Louis gets older. But one of my favorite features and something we've gotten so much use out of already is the meal planning section. So you can add in all the meals for your family for the week. It's also got a grocery list, which you can also access from your phone, and it like updates in real time, which is really cool. And of course, all of this is shared. So like when Tim goes to the store, he can just access the grocery list from the app on his phone, which I think is so helpful. And something that I think takes this calendar to the next level is the recipes tab. You can browse so many different recipes and it'll give you the nutrition facts, the ingredients, the instructions, and we'll even link to a YouTube tutorial if there is one, which I just think is so darn cool. Overall, it is just so helpful to have everything that we have going on centralized into one place that my husband and I can both access and view and update and edit. So if you also have been feeling like you need a better way to stay organized, I highly recommend you check out the Cozilla calendar. I will have them linked below. And again, thank you so much to Cozilla for sponsoring this video. Alrighty, moving on. We are now going to tackle my son's playpen area. As you can see, it is just not organized. There's a whole bunch of toys in here that he doesn't like ever grab for anymore. So we are going to be doing a little declutter, and we're also adding 2 toys, which I'm really excited about. He just got them for his birthday, and I think he's going to have so much fun. But before we can add any toys, we definitely need to remove some. Alrighty, as we continue to sort through Louis' toys, I thought we could hop into the Let's Get Personal segment. Now, in honor of him being 1, which actually blows my mind, and fun fact, when I'm recording this voiceover, it's July 11th at 7 in the morning. He is still sleeping, and this is when I'm recording it, but today is actually his birthday, which is so crazy. Later today, we're going to my mom and stepdad's house. We're going to be doing a whole little celebration for him. I'm really excited. I don't share a lot. I actually share very, very little about my son, and I am very intentional about that. But one story that I do want to share, because it actually makes me tear up every time I think about it, and I did post an Instagram on this too, so let me know if you saw that. But so basically, I do work full-time from home, and I have a nanny who comes most of the days, and then my mom does the other days, but that's irrelevant for the story. So I was in my office, my home office, and my nanny was here with Louis. They were playing in the living room, and I had gotten up to go get some food or something, my lunch, from the kitchen. And when I walked by the kitchen, like you can see into the living room through the doorway. So I walked by, but I didn't look at Louis or anything. I just walked straight to the sink, and then I was getting my food ready. And then all of a sudden I hear like, "Ma, ma, ma, ma," and I look back and he is standing at the door just smiling with the biggest grin looking at me, and it actually melted my heart. The fact that I didn't even see him when I walked by, but he heard me go into the kitchen and then immediately like not ran, but also kind of ran because he's getting really fast, over to the gate that we have and was standing at it, staring at me. It was just so sweet. And it's little moments like that that just remind me how magical and special it is that I get to be his mom. And it makes me so happy. Now you're probably thinking, Kat, that storage bin looks cluttered itself, and you're not wrong. I think eventually I need to get a second bin to kind of store his newborn and infant toys that were in there that he probably won't really ever want to go back to, and hopefully we'll be saving for another baby in the future. And then the toys that are more part of the rotation. I think now we're reaching that point where he's got enough toys to really do a legit rotation, and it's not just his baby toys that he never touches anymore. But for now, this is the only bin I have, so I'm just putting everything in there. Now, one of the gifts that he got for his birthday is this ball set, which I just think is the cutest thing, and I know he's gonna have so much fun with it. So I'm using the little pump that it came with to blow all of them up.
I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
And then the other new toy that he got is this little musical instrument set, which is just so darn adorable. I'm so excited about this, and I think he's going to have so much fun with it. So I'm taking all those pieces out, and I was thinking about this. I did not realize how excited I was going to get to like buy Louis new toys and have him get new toys. I actually have to kind of reel myself back sometimes because I'm like, we don't need this many. And I am definitely of the belief that less is more, but at the same time I say that, and then there's clearly a lot he has in here. There's just something so exciting and magical about like handing him a new toy and then he gets to see it and like his reaction and everything and him investigating whatever it is. That's why I like to switch them out, and I think having these little instruments to play with and the balls and then a couple of his other Love Every toys that he really does enjoy and then some books is like the perfect little setup in here and gives him enough things to focus on but also not be too overwhelmed, in my opinion. I don't know, every baby is different, and obviously there's so many different schools of thought for this, so I'm curious your thoughts on how many toys a kid should have out available to them at once, or how often you switch them out, that sort of a thing. Alrighty, switching gears, we are now moving to the kitchen. This is the next evening, actually. It was like 7 o'clock p.m., but I really was needing more caffeine. So I was finishing up my coffee, my second coffee of the day, and we are going to be tackling these shelves, which I have been meaning to get to for so long. Two cabinets that we kind of use as a pantry, and there had just become so much food products back there that, you know, as we go through it, I find stuff that I didn't even know we had, which is good because I hate wasting food, but there was so much back here that clearly we really need to go through. So first step is taking everything out, and then we can start sorting through it. So I will say that this project was definitely the definition of getting started is the hardest part. The amount that I didn't want to have to do this when I did it was huge. I was doing this while Tim was putting Louis to sleep. It was like 7:30 in the evening. I was so tired from such a long day of work, and well, it was a fun and work day. Like I worked during the day, and then Tim and I took Louis to the park in the evening, which was so much fun. And then we got back, had dinner, and then I was like, all right, I really, really need to get to this. Not only did I want to declutter and organize these cabinets, but I also wanted to film it for like this video and everything. So I took all of the self-discipline that I had, I got to work, and I have to say there is something about popping in some headphones and listening to another mom's clean with me video that just really helps to get me in the zone. And I'm so happy looking back that I did it. I pushed through. So this is your sign that if there is a project that you are really, really dreading, whether you've already started it, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Or it's something that you're thinking in your head, like right now, like, yeah, I really do need to get to that. But I'm putting it off for whatever reason. Just get started, because I promise you, once you actually get it done, you're going to be so grateful, and it's just going to be like this giant weight lifted off your shoulders.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around.
So one of the things that I found when I was doing this declutter was this Italian couscous. I had a little bit in one container and a decent amount in the other, and I just combined them. And that Italian couscous used to be my go-to. I would make this veggie couscous bowl so good. I think I made it in a recipe video like years ago here, but I used to make it all the time. And that just sparked it in me, like, okay, now that I found this, I am so excited to make this recipe again for dinner. It's so good. And so that kind of leads me into this week's weekly glow up activity. I want you to think back to a recipe that you used to make all of the time that you haven't made in a while, like ideally a healthy one, because this is a glow up. So think of some sort of a healthy dinner, breakfast, snack, lunch, whatever it is that you used to love. Maybe it was a healthy dessert that you used to make all the time, or a healthy twist on a dessert. And this week I want you to find some time to make it. Just kind of like maybe it'll re-spark that love in you of that recipe, and then you'll want to start making it again. But there is something, so I don't know if this, I mean, nostalgic can be the word depending on how long ago it was. Like nostalgic nostalgic and fun it is to think of an old recipe that you used to make all the time, even if it's the most simple thing in the world that you haven't had in a while, and make it this week for yourself and your family if you think it's something they would enjoy. So that is this week's weekly glow up activity. Ooh, and I would absolutely love if you let me know what that meal is. I'm just curious what, like, I'm thinking of all these meals that you're maybe thinking of now, and I'm getting hungry. It's actually 5:30 in the morning when I'm recording this voiceover, and I'm thinking about my veggie couscous bowl and I'm craving it and like thinking of dinner food. But let me know what recipe this hopefully inspired you to make. Okay, we're on to my favorite part. As a reminder, here is the before and here is the after. So much more organized, so much more well laid out. I am just so excited. And now when I go to open this cabinet, I feel so much more inspired to make food. So definitely highly recommend decluttering a pantry cabinet or the pantry in your home. But now let's switch gears and we're heading into my son's nursery because we have some clothes to go through. First, I had a handful of clean laundry that I was putting away. Then somehow we have again made it to the point where he has outgrown a whole bunch of clothes. He is now, actually today when I'm recording this, he is 1 year and 1 day old, and he has completely outgrown pretty much all of his 12-month outfit. So I'm starting off by putting all his clean laundry away, and then I can start going through everything and pulling out the items that no longer fit him, so we cannot like get rid of them, like give them away, because hopefully we'll be able to use them for another baby in the future, but bag them up and store them so that they are not taking up space in his dresser. So for today's mindset shift, I just want to give you the reminder that when you are folding laundry or doing dishes or cleaning your floors and you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, this is so frustrating, or getting gas, like when you are getting gas and thinking about how frustrating it is that the prices of gas are so darn high, because they are. Probably heard this before, but if you really let it sink in, it is so powerful. You get to do these things. You get to do your laundry because you have clothes. You get to mop your floors because you have a home and floors to clean. You know, even with these high gas prices, you're still fortunate that you can go to a gas station, take out your card or cash, whatever it is, and pay for the gas to put in your car. That you have access to that gas station, that you have access to the money to pay for the gas, that you have access to the car in the first place, like to put gas into. Most things that happen that are frustrating throughout your day or that you don't want to have to do can easily be flipped to a appreciative thought and moment and being grateful that you get to do whatever that is because of what you have or the position you're in. So this is something that if you take it seriously and try and remind yourself throughout the day, it genuinely will change your life and make you a much more happy and just genuinely joyful person in your everyday life. There are so many things about motherhood that I did not even, like, it's one of those things where I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know that I had these things to expect. And the struggle of taking his baby clothes that no longer fit him and storing them is one of those things that I didn't realize how bittersweet those moments were going to be. Like, obviously, it's amazing that he's, you know, getting older and I'm getting to get him all new clothes. But seeing all these outfits that I have so many incredible memories of him in, that now I'm like, these just don't fit him anymore. And I have to bag them up to store them. It's just like one of those things that's so much harder than I initially thought it was going to be, but also it's a really fun process because it brings back the memories of all the clothes that he, you know, like all those memories and everything. So those are all the projects that we're going to be tackling today. I really hope that you enjoyed, and if you are still getting stuff done and you want to continue to be productive together, I will have my entire cleaning, organizing, decluttering playlists linked on the screen and in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, love you, bye.